This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com and NC Sports Genius 1. You can follow me on Twitter at the same name at NC Sports Genius 1. Today I'm going to talk about who the Panthers should pick, especially with their first round pick and then some of the other needs they have. If you'd like to come and do a live chat with the don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com team, we'll be doing that this Thursday and Friday. So instead of sitting on the couch and talking and debating with your friends, or watching the guys on ESPN do it professionally and have all the fun, come and let your opinions and comments and thoughts be known with the don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com team. Now the Panthers have the 9th overall pick, and so there are going to be a lot of good players available. There's two things that really pop up in my mind. First of all, who should they pick? Well, there's going to be a good player there, so it just depends on who's already been selected. That's kind of a no-brainer. And two, when in doubt, draft SEC. Most of the players that I have on the Carolina Panthers radar are SEC players. Carolina's needs are corner, defensive line, and wide receiver. They also are kind of looking at a scat back. They've talked about wanting a player like Darren Sproles. So those are the players and the needs and positions that they're looking at. Now, defensive line is the number one need, I think, in my mind, that the Panthers need to fill. So defensive tackles are very important. But there are a lot of good players out there. Now, Morris Claiborne seems by most people's mock drafts won't be there. So I don't think the Panthers will have a chance at him. If he's there at 9, they should probably take him. Another SEC player is Stephen Gilmore from South Carolina. He's a good-sized corner. He's fast. He's aggressive. He played in the SEC. I saw him interviewed. He's very smart. Seems to be a hard worker, a very cerebral young man. So he would be a great player as well. Fletcher Cox from Mississippi State is a huge defensive tackle. And like I said, I think that's the Panthers' biggest need. He would be a great fit. If he's not there, Michael Brockers from LSU would be a good pick. Also a huge space eater. And these defensive tackles from the SEC, their success rate is just unbelievable. All of them that come into not all of them, but almost every one of them that comes in the NFL is an impact player. So I really think that those would be two great picks for the Panthers. Now, they also could use a defensive end. And Melvin Ingram from South Carolina has a motor, a really good motor. He is an aggressive player. He's in the SEC. He's a player that could really help the Panthers, but he is undersized. So that really could, make the Panthers hesitate on him. I don't know if that is warranted, but I understand that. Now, on the other hand, some players who aren't SEC is Quentin Coples. He's a real wild card. Now, he's a defensive end and a defensive lineman, and he could be the most talented player all around in this NFL class, defensively. And with that said, he's still a real wild card, a real 50-50, because he really didn't produce last year. And I'm a UNC Tar Heel fan. And with that said, still not sure about him. The guy has size like Mario Williams. He's been compared to Julius Peppers and Jason Pierre-Paul because of his length, and the ceiling is the limit. This guy has the ability to be a 10, 12-year All-Pro, but does he have the motor, desire, the will, all those things? It's hard to tell. Another player for wide receiver that the Panthers, if he's still there, they should go ahead and pull the trigger on is Justin Blackmon. A man among boys, a real beast in college. Nobody could guard him. He's big, he's strong. He's got great body control of a guy his size. And so that would also be a good player. If he's on the board, they probably should take him. So while defensive line is the most important need of the Panthers, if one of those corners or Justin Blackmon fall to them on the 9th pick, they probably should go ahead and take it. Blackmon would be a nice playmaker to put along with Cam Newton. Now Cam Newton, they're looking for a scat back for him as well. And there's a few players out there. There's a guy from Miami named Miller, and Lamar Miller, I believe, and he could be a good little scat back. But the one that I would really put a lot of stock in for the Panthers is LaMichael James. He really fits the Darren Sproles mold, And so if he's there in the second round, that might not be a bad pick. So whoever they take in the first round, if it's a defensive lineman, they'll probably address these other needs in the second, third, and fourth round as they go on, and that just makes common sense. So we'll see who they pick. So they need to pick the best available player who fits their needs in that draft pick, and then they should move on and pick in the later rounds. But there's going to be some good players at that 9th pick, and they should be able to fill the needs in some of the later picks. And the Panthers this year will need the players that they draft to come right in and help and contribute. So remember to come to the live chat at don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com this Thursday and Friday, and make your predictions and picks and comments with the whole don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com team. This is Middle Class Matt. See you next time.